a cozy room with dim lighting. The faint hum of a desk fan fills the silence. A young woman, mid-20s, sits cross-legged on her bed, surrounded by scattered notebooks and pens. Her name is Lila. She glances at the ceiling, lost in thought. A journal rests open on her lap. It's funny how silence has a way of making you hear everything. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper of the wind, and the thoughts you'd rather not face. She picks up a pen and scribbles something down. The words "what if" are faintly visible on the page. She taps the pen against her chin, looking out the window. The quiet neighborhood is bathed in moonlight. A lone street lamp flickers in the distance. Lila's reflection in the window stares back at her, a ghost of her inner world. When I'm alone, I think of the past. The way things could have been if I'd made different choices. If I'd said yes instead of no, if I'd stayed instead of walking away. Lila, younger and with an air of uncertainty, sits at her desk. A boy passes her a note. She hesitates before opening it. Inside, it reads, "Want to hang out after school?" I didn't go. I told myself I had too much homework. Truth is, I was scared. The boy's hopeful expression fades as Lila shakes her head subtly. The memory dissolves. Lila closes her eyes, gripping the journal tightly. I think of the future too. The endless what-ifs that haven't happened yet. Will I ever be enough? Will I find where I belong? Lila stands at a podium, addressing a large crowd. Her words are inaudible, but the audience's applause is thunderous. Her smile falters slightly as she looks out into the crowd, seeing only empty faces. Sometimes I dream of success, but success feels like a mirage, always just out of reach. Lila's phone buzzes, breaking the silence. She glances at it but doesn't pick it up. The caller ID reads Mom. And then there's the guilt. The calls I don't return, the texts I leave unanswered. She sighs, setting the journal aside. She lies back on the bed, staring at the ceiling. When I'm alone, I think of them. The people I've loved, the ones I've hurt, the ones I've lost. Do they think of me too? Lila gets up and walks to the window, leaning her forehead against the glass. The faint sound of a distant train echoes through the night. It's in these quiet moments that I realize how loud my mind can be. But maybe that's okay. Maybe the things I think of when I'm alone are the pieces of me I need to understand. She closes her eyes, letting out a deep breath. The camera lingers on her face, peaceful despite the storm within.